Welcome to the Superhuman Selling Podcast. I am your host, Elyse Archer. I am so excited to be here with you today. So today I'm going to share with you if I had to rebuild my business from scratch, what I would do. Now, my producer asked me to talk about this, and I had to say energetically, universe, I am not calling this in. I'm not asking to rebuild from scratch, but I wanted to bring this to you because I think that so often, if you're listening to this and maybe you're starting out or you're wanting to launch a business, or maybe you're in corporate and you've been successful and you've risen up the ranks, but you're feeling called to do something new, it can feel daunting. You may feel like you need to have it all figured out first. I am here to tell you, I've never had a business plan. I've never done it. I have done things intuitively. I have followed my inspiration. I have followed my passion. It's not to say that I haven't learned things along the way and said, okay, now I would think about this or that differently. But I want to hopefully today help you kind of cut through the noise of what really matters and what doesn't when you're building your business, whether you're launching something from scratch right now, or maybe you're looking to scale and grow your business. Maybe you want to get to the next revenue goal or bring on more clients. And I want to try to help you today really think about what matters and what doesn't. So I'm going to preface this with, I have launched and tried to sell, and I'm using that word intentionally, numerous things that haven't quote unquote worked out over the years. So I'm about to tell you a success story, but I want to preface it with, I have been down the road of launching a program, launching a product, and not having the results that I was looking for. Usually, I wasn't actually as excited about it as I thought I was, or I wasn't ready for it yet. I wasn't quite ready to be the person who could do it yet, or just some other sort of misalignment. But last year in my company, we launched a program that did over $1 million in a year with no sales page, no funnel, nothing. It was word of mouth. And it was one of the easiest things we ever sold. And also one of the most fun things we ever did with our clients. And we're still growing and building this. And so as I was thinking about it and thinking about what made that so successful, it was our passion, it was our relationships, and it was our ability to fulfill a need in the marketplace that people actually had. And so I want to help you today kind of peel back the layers. One of my favorite sayings for all of my perfectionists out there, if you self-identify as a perfectionist, is perfectionism will keep you poor. So if you are wanting to launch something, if you're wanting to grow something, but you think that you've got to have it perfect first, you think you've got to have a 10-step business plan, you think that you've got to have the right landing page, the right funnels, everything super buttoned up and tight before you launch, no, my friend, you're going to be sitting around a long, long time. So I want you to focus on solving problems. I want you to focus on getting into service, and I want you to focus on also following your passion. So we're going to break it down today. I'm going to give you 4 keys that I would follow if I were launching a business from scratch today that you can as well. But the first thing I want to do is I want to share with you a universal law that I think it always helps me when I want to go to another level of revenue or another level financially. And it's the law of compensation. Now, if you're not familiar with universal laws, these are actually something that we teach really heavily within our community. I teach it within my 10K Club program. You can check that one out at elysearcher.com/10K Club if you want to get in and get in the community. It's amazing. We go deep into sales, quantum leaping, wealth energetics. I love it. It's my signature program. But there's universal laws that govern the way in which we operate in the world, kind of like the law of gravity. Like they apply to everyone, no matter your age, your race, where you live on the planet. And when you learn to live your life by law or to run your business by law, everything starts changing for you. And the laws are agnostic. They work for everyone. So the law of compensation states that the amount of money you're going to make in your business is tied to the need for what you do, how good you are at doing it, and the difficulty there would be in replacing you. So no matter what it is that you want to launch. I work with a lot of women who are in corporate right now, but they're wanting to go launch their own business, or they want to go get certified through us as consultants and build a coaching consulting practice. Or maybe they want to go, do something new or expand their business. We want to look at the law of compensation first as our guide. And a lot of this has to do with you getting sold on you. So I don't care if you don't have one client yet. I want you to start getting sold on you, on why you are so brilliant. We have a woman in our community who we're helping launch her business, and she's an expert in the AI field. And it was so powerful. She got up and spoke at one of our events a couple of months ago that we had out in California. This woman is brilliant. She didn't know it until she stood up and spoke and got the feedback from our community. I don't think she knew it the way that she knows it now. But she didn't have any clients paying her yet. That didn't mean that she's not excellent at what she does, that she's not brilliant at what she does. And so the first person who's got to get sold on you is you, not your clients, not the world. Don't wait for someone to come tell you that you're good at what you do. Don't wait for validation. You're going to be waiting a long time. Get sold on you. I want you to think about, why am I an expert in my space? If I had to give myself 10 reasons why I'm an expert in my space, why is that? Then I want you to think about the service that you're offering, right? How can I fulfill a need in the marketplace that serves and helps other people? Or why is it? I'm going to give you a question to ask yourself, but there's a concept from Vishen Lakhiani called lofty questions, where you go to the end result and you ask yourself a question as if what you want to have happened had already happened. So you could ask yourself, why is it that there's so much demand for what I do in the marketplace? Again, go to the end. You want to start programming your mind and your brain to think in terms of success and to really harness the law of compensation in your favor. Now, I want to give you these 4 tips and these 4 things that I would do if I was starting from scratch today. The first thing I would do, and this is how I've launched pretty much everything in my business, I would sell it first and then I would build it. 100%. Sell it first, then build it. I cannot tell you how many coaches, mentors, thought leaders I work with who think that they have to go out and build their whole Kajabi course or build their whole program online first before they can start selling it. No, do not do that. It's going to take so much unnecessary time. Maybe occasionally there's a reason to do it, but almost always you can go sell it and then record the thing live while you're teaching your first group of clients. That's how we did the 10K Club over 5 years ago when I was launching that program for the first time. I sold it. I sold it for 2 different levels. I think one level was $5,000. Another level was $10,000. And I had my first 6-figure launch again without even a landing page. At that time, there was market need for what I was selling. People were excited about it. But then I recorded it as I taught that first cohort for the first 90 days. And that became the backbone and the foundation of a program that's now made millions of dollars in sales. And so it doesn't have to be perfect. I recorded it from my living room, from my makeshift office in our home. So I'm not saying that there's not something to be said for quality video recording. I'm sitting here with a recording in a recording studio right now doing this with a professional crew. I think there's something to be said for that, but I'm doing that after I've invested, time and years and energy in just selling things and building them organically as I go. So sell, then build is number 1. Number 2, I would focus on depth over reach. So here's what I mean by that. If you want to launch a business, and let's say that you want to make multi-6 or 7 figures in your first year, maybe you're a coach, a thought leader, a service provider, unless you have a mega audience already, you will probably be better served to focus on higher ticket, lower volume than the opposite. So if maybe you have a relatively limited social following right now, or you don't have a mega community yet, it doesn't mean you can't go make a lot of money. But I want you to focus on serving people at a high level. And rather than going and launching a $99 a month membership or something that's lower ticket, I would focus on how can I sell a service or a program that's higher ticket. That $1 million launch that we did last year, that was with 5 clients. So it was very, very high end, very curated. you can do that now. Again, it's all about your positioning. It's all about how good you think you are at what you're doing. Of course, making sure that you're delivering quality service on the back end. Of course, that really matters for your clients and for your own integrity. But I would focus on depth first and then reach. So how can you create an amazing client experience? I don't care if you have one customer. How can you make it incredible for them? We went out to brunch as a family this past weekend at a restaurant here in North Carolina where we're living right now. And this restaurant opens at 9 a.m. We got there at 9:45. There was a line wrapping the restaurant. And here's what it made me think about. I thought about how can I create and how can we create collectively something so incredible that people would wait in a line like that to get into your business. So I want you to think about it. When you think about it like that, the volume will come, the numbers will come. That's going to happen naturally over time. But if you focus on, I remember my friend AJ Vaden said it this way. She said, focus on better, not bigger. The bigger will come. So I want you to hold a big vision while you take action. I want you to be thinking about big numbers. I want you to be thinking about serving a lot of people, about speaking on stages to thousands. That's perfect. That's great. But focus on better over bigger, and the bigger will come. The third thing that I want you to do, and this ties in with what I just shared, but start with where you are now. And I want you to hold your vision in your mind while you move your body, while you take action now. So I'll give you an example of this and a story of this that happened to me last week. So we launched a magazine last year called She Sells Magazine. You can get it for free. It's amazing. It's on my website. Go to ElyseArcher.com and you can go download a free copy. It's phenomenal. It's my baby. I had a vision for years and years and years that I wanted to launch a magazine. I used to, this will be a total side note, but I was the friend in college who I'd always do my girlfriend's makeup before we went out at night. And I would like plunk them down in my bathroom and I'd be like, all right, I'm going to give you a smoky cat eye. I want to do your makeup. I want to get you all dolled up. And it has always been my heart to create a platform, i.e. a magazine, where we could help other women shine, where they could see themselves in their best light, where they could see themselves featured in a magazine article and feel so good about themselves, so empowered. And so in college, I was part of a newspaper. I created a magazine in college to a publication, and giving myself permission to launch this magazine within our company last year was really a quantum leap moment for me, and it's been so much fun. And so as I record this, it's a digital publication. I have a vision of it being a print publication. It's going to be that by next year. I know it. I can tell we're going in that direction, and I'm excited for that. I also have a vision that I hold for myself of flying on a private jet, editing that magazine. And my editor-in-chief has just given me, my editor has just given me the final copy of it to review, and I'm doing the revisions, and I'm on my private jet, and my kids are sitting around me, and we're having the most beautiful time, and I've got probably coffee, not champagne, but I've got a beautiful beverage with me. And let me tell you what happened in real life last week. So last week, we've got our latest issue of the magazine about to come out, and my editor sent it to me, and I'm standing in front of my kitchen sink with a sink full of dirty dishes because I'm solo momming right now with the 3 kids. And I am getting the kitchen ready for them to come home. I've got chicken nuggets in the oven I'm cooking. I'm sweeping dirt off the floor from the kids' breakfast that morning. And simultaneously, I'm looking at the magazine. Simultaneously, I'm like, okay, let me check and make sure that there's no copy errors in here. Let me make sure that the photo credits are in here. We're giving it our second pass through. And I thought, what a beautiful moment, because in my mind, I'm still holding the vision of I'm editing this thing on the private jet. I know it's going to happen. I don't care when. I'm not attached to when. It's going to happen whenever it happens. I know it'll be good. In the interim, I'm doing what I can with what I have right now. And in that moment, it was, I've got my magazine pulled up. I'm cleaning the dishes. I'm scrubbing some bottles so that my daughter can have a bottle tonight when she gets home. And I am grateful and joyful to have this opportunity to edit this magazine and to be here in this stage of the journey. So When you're quantum leaping, and something that we do within our community and that I do a lot in my coaching is we incorporate spirituality, we incorporate quantum physics and sales and business strategy. But when you're quantum leaping, it's almost like you have one foot in one world, one foot in another. Joe Dispenza talks about this a lot. And so one foot in one world is you're in your mind, you're in your vision. So in my mind, I'm in the private jet. In my mind, I've got the glass of champagne and the coffee, and I'm having this beautiful experience. Then in the 3D, I'm in my kitchen, but I'm still having a beautiful experience. I'm still grateful for the moment, and I know that that vision is coming. So you learn to kind of straddle both worlds, but you're going to put your energy towards where you're going, not where you've been, and you'll find that the universe will bring you beautiful synchronicities to help support you in living that out sooner than later. And then the fourth and final tip I want to give you is when you're launching a business, when you're building a business, you're going to be investing a lot in yourself. You're going to be investing in team. You're going to be investing in infrastructure. You're going to be investing in maybe supplies, resources, depending on what it is that you're selling. But I want you to think first and foremost about investing in yourself, because your business is only going to grow to the level of your consciousness. That's part of why I am adamant about, for myself, getting myself in different rooms, in different mentorship, in different environments where I can have my own level of thinking stretched, because my present level of thinking and your present level of thinking is what's getting us our present results. So if you want different results, don't focus so much on just trying to do something different, but focus first on stretching your level of thinking. Again, get yourself in the energy and the mentorship in rooms of people who are thinking bigger than you, who have different results than you. I think that's part of the power of masterminds, of coaching, whether you get into my mastermind, someone else's, I don't care. Get in the energy of people who are living at the level you want to live, who are going to help you stretch your thinking, because that's going to create that bigger, it's almost like a bigger pot for a plant to grow in. That'll help you transplant yourself into a bigger pot so that you can continue to grow and evolve and expand as well. So those are the things I would do. I hope that that serves you. I would love to hear your biggest takeaway. Please share in the comments below, and share this with a friend. If there's someone that you know in your life who is ready to quantum leap, who's ready to ascend, who maybe needs a little nudge to take action or get going, we want to help support them. So share this with your world, share this with your community. Thank you as always for being a listener or a viewer of the podcast. And in closing, I want to remind you to trust yourself on your path to success. Remember that your desires are green lights leading you and everyone around you to a brighter future. I'll see you in our next episode.